Senator Lujan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Selig, thank you for being here today. Thanks for taking time to come by and visit in the office as well, sir. As we're working to provide the CFTC with new authorities over digital asset spot markets with tokens like Bitcoin trading over 50 billion per day, the new authority would be an enormous new duty. The CFTC is a small agency compared to the SEC. Mr. Selig, yes or no, do you believe the CFTC would need more funding and staff to properly oversee digital asset spot markets?
Senator, thank you for that question. I really enjoyed taking the time to meet with you yesterday and having the opportunity to talk through crypto and lots of other issues. I think that once I'm in the seat, I will be able to take a much better look, if confirmed, of course, at the resource needs of the agency. And so I'm very eager to get into the seat and be able to make that determination.
Would it surprise you that there's maybe one or two people over there that have any expertise in this space?
Senator, I believe that they're really great career staff at the agency, and I'm very much looking forward to working with them. I believe that many of the agency staff are very well equipped, really understand our commodity markets, some of the best staff in the government, and so I'm really excited to work with them.
All right. I don't know why it's hard to say we need more staff and we need strong staff and we need the investment. This is a whole new space that we're building in the United States of America. I think you'd find bipartisan support. Everyone here working on the market structure bill and all the rest. I think people want to hear that we want to make an investment as the United States of America in this space. I'm just real surprised that it's so hard to get that. I'm guessing President Trump wants to see a robust CFTC in this space.
Senator, I can't speak for the president, but my view here is that the CFTC has a critical mission to protect these markets, to safeguard investors, and I will see that that is carried out. Whether we need more resources or not, once confirmed, I'll make that assessment, but I really think it would be irresponsible for me to prejudge that issue.
Have you looked at the current composition of the staff at the CFTC?
Senator, I'm familiar with the composition of the staff, but I will have to be in the seat really to understand what roles everyone's performing, what roles are performed by technology. Of course, we can do more with less with the great innovations of technology today. And so I really, once confirmed, look forward to making those assessments.
When confirmed and you identify the need at the agency, will you come back to Congress and ask for the resources if needed?
Senator, of course, I will absolutely make that assessment. And if needed, I will be very happy to have those discussions.
I'll take that as a yes. I appreciate that. Now, one of the areas I'm concerned about, we spoke about this, was the FTX debacle. The relationship between Alameda Research, FTX, presented many conflicts of interest and ultimately led to massive fraud. What are your views on the deeply integrated structures of major digital asset companies, and should exchanges be allowed to be vertically integrated?
Thank you, Senator. One of the great things that would kind of came out of FTX, as much as it was a massive disaster, is that the CFTC's regulated DCM, the previously LedgerX and became FTX US, was fully funded. So the assets in that DCM in the clearinghouse and the DCO were not lost, which is great. I mean, it shows that regulation works, and that's why I really commend this committee and Congress for moving forward with bipartisan market structure legislation. I think it's vitally important that we protect investors and protect customer funds, and intend to do so if confirmed as chairman.
Does vertical integration create risk?
Senator, vertically integrated structures are one of the novelties that we're seeing in our markets today. The CFTC's principles-based regime really allows for more innovation in the way that businesses are structured. But of course, we need to comply with the same sorts of principles and requirements. So to the extent, of course, that a vertically integrated structure raises, for example, conflicts issues, they might be addressed differently, or there might be additional requirements in place to protect against those issues. But the bottom line is that we should be always making sure that the same protections are in place, that investors are just as safe with a vertically integrated structure as without. And if confirmed, that's something I very much look forward to considering and figuring out the best way forward there.
Is it fair to say, Mr. Selig, that under your watch, you will not allow an FTX to happen again?
Senator, as I mentioned the other day, manipulation and fraud are only, bounded by the ingenuity of man, and so it's very hard to always be able to prevent.
Let me ask a question this way. Well, under your watch, is it fair to say that if you identify a loophole that would allow an FTX fraud, criminals, crooks to exist, that you'll close them?
Senator, the CFTC will be a cop on the beat, a strong cop on the beat under my leadership, and I intend to always adhere to the law, make sure we're enforcing the law.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman, I see my time's expired, but illicit finance. I asked you, Mr. Selig, if you had a security clearance, and you don't have one yet. You'll need to get one, I'm certain, after confirmation. And I suggested that you, as immediately as you can, get in a skiff and learn about all the bad actors that are out there doing bad things. One of the things that recently happened is the president pardoned some guy. I don't know what the company's name is, Sleaze? Oh, same thing, Sleazy, yeah, Sleaze. It's publicly noted at the SEC and other places that terrorists were using this dude. Terrorist. Are you okay with that?
Senator, I'm not familiar with all of the facts of the matter, but of course I will always uphold the law and ensure that we're enforcing the law.
Well, it's public facing. I'll make sure that I submit it into the record. We'll get you the articles. We'll get you the SEC case. You're at the SEC now, correct?
That's correct.
You probably have more access to information than I do over there. I really encourage you to see this, because the president says he really doesn't know this guy, and the guy pled guilty to doing all kinds of ugly things. I don't think anyone here wants to see any of this stuff. And I certainly hope that you keep your character when you're in this position, as I shared with you in the office, and that you're not asked to compromise yourself. You're a person of character, Michael, and that's your reputation. I just certainly hope you do everything you can to maintain that, and that you do good in this space. You're knowledgeable. You're probably one of the most knowledgeable people going into this space in a regulatory role. And it's going to be critically important. We cannot get this wrong in the United States of America. We cannot allow crooks to get away with things. We cannot allow terrorists to get away with stuff either. And I certainly hope that we can work together in a strong bipartisan way, make this happen. I appreciate the work of the chairman and my colleague here, my seatmate, I'll say, Senator Booker, with what they've already put together here. I look forward to seeing more of that good work, but just stay strong in this space as well. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
We appreciate it, and I agree totally regarding funding, making sure that we have adequate funding for the agency. And then two, I think your other questions concerning FTX, all of these other things, that's why we need to work hard to get a good market structure bill that is good for the industry and allows it to grow, keeps it here, but also, most importantly, protects the consumer. So, and then two, I suggested the same thing regarding security clearance. So it's good. Senator Hoven.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Selig, thanks for